Hi, I'm Annette Richmond. Thank you for visiting my site and considering me as your resume writing partner. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, how I work, and that'll give you an idea of whether we're a good fit for each other. So, who am I? In the early 1990s, I was an associate editor and writer for a national four-color magazine. In the late 90s, I decided to go back to school and get my master's in psychology. And I landed when I graduated at a training and placement facility where I was a vocational counselor. Working at a nonprofit, like many people who work at nonprofits, I was looking for materials that we could use with our clients. The internet was in its fledgling stages, and I looked there for information. I didn't find a lot. So in the early 2000s, I founded CareerIntelligence.com, an online career site for women. Although I will say that probably about 40% of our readers were and still are men. While I was running Career Intelligence in the mid 2000s, I was also teaching writing and communications at a couple of local universities. From 2012 to 2014, I worked as a recruiter, primarily contingency in the digital marketing space. While working as a recruiter, I was helping some of the candidates with their resumes so that they would get hired and I would get paid. As I said, I was working on contingency. In 2014, I decided I didn't want to be the middleman any longer, so I started my resume writing business. I wasn't always an executive resume writer. I began by working at people at all different levels, but soon found that executive resume writing was the best fit for me. So when you're thinking about your resume, remember that what got you here won't necessarily get you there. People think of their career as a career ladder. People always talk about climbing the career ladder. But the truth is, it's really a career pyramid. When you first start out as an early careerist, it's easy to find a job, or easier because there are a lot of jobs. As you progress up your career, becoming a supervisor, a manager, then a VP, jobs are fewer, and so it's more difficult to find one. Once you reach the C-suite, the competition is high and the number of jobs is much lower. So the higher you climb, the tougher it gets to find a job. So the thing with today's resumes is that they are all about telling your career stories. In the past, resumes were often little more than an employment history. It had the dates of employment and the company name and a little bit an overview about what you did. Resumes today are much more like career marketing tools. You have to convey your value to the employer as quickly as possible. And you do that by telling your career story. A lot of people think of a resume as something that people pick up and read from top to bottom. But the truth is, recruiters, HR associates, and even hiring managers pick up resumes and scan them. So you need to get their attention right up front. Today, what you need are career marketing tools, branded executive resumes that demonstrate your value. They demonstrate what you have brought to the company, the impact that you've made. In essence, it's what is the difference with you being in that position versus someone else. You also need a robust, optimized LinkedIn profile that will attract recruiters. Today, LinkedIn is like Google for people. And if you have a bare bones skeleton LinkedIn profile, you're not going to come up high in a recruiter search. And if they do happen on your LinkedIn profile, unless you give them a reason, they're not going to necessarily contact you. Another great career marketing tool is an executive bio. A lot of times people, particularly once they've reached the executive level, are sending out feelers to people they know to see if they might have an opening or know of an opening. If you send them your resume, you're sort of, inferring that you're looking for a job. where if you tell them you're open to new opportunities and you want to just give them an idea of what you've been doing and send them the executive bio, that gives them an idea of your recent accomplishments, but doesn't scream, hey, I'm looking for a job. I pride myself on staying on top of career trends so that I can provide my clients with the best way to showcase themselves and their talents. That includes taking additional training to keep up on best practices and build up my design skills so that I can provide graphic resumes to clients who want them. These are just some of the real-world resumes that I've created for my clients. I also like to make sure that clients have the opportunity to have additional career marketing tools if that's something that they need or want for their job search. Things like one-page power networking resumes and executive bios, as I mentioned, to send out for feelers when you don't want to say, hey, I'm looking for a job. The process that I work with my clients is a very personalized process. If we work together, it would be a true partnership. You would be giving me your career stories, and I would create an engaging, results-driven resume, LinkedIn profile, and possibly an executive bio to tell those stories. You would be working with me throughout the entire process. If you have any questions, I'm there for you. You would not be signing on with me and then working with a subcontractor. There are no subcontractors and no shortcuts ever. So if you're ready to get started or just want to learn more, if partnering with me sounds like it might be a good fit for you, then let's have a conversation. Click Book Appointment on the menu above, and you'll be able to access my online calendar. You'll have the opportunity to schedule a time that works best for your schedule. We'll be meeting on a video platform, GoToMeeting, so we'll be able to get to know each other a little bit better. In the meantime, please follow us on media and social media platforms. My Smarter Career Moves podcast is available on most podcast platforms. We also have many how-to videos on our YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and our Facebook page to get timely information. Thanks again for stopping by my site. I look forward to chatting with you.